happening.
There we go.
All right, so what's up, you guys? We are back. We got 3 of the 4 boys tonight. We've been out, we've been busy. Some of us been daddies, new daddies, so we gotta adjust to our new schedules.
Oh yeah.
I was just talking to the boys about how I adopted a little pit bull terrier, 8-month girl, Annabelle. She actually a little parvo survivor. She got it, and she was in like the vet hospital or whatever for about like 2 months. And the first day she was gonna go for adoption is the day I saw her and picked her up.
So now that you're a dog dad, are you a first time dog dad?
No, I've been there before.
Been there
Yeah.
before, but is this like your first like your
On
own
my own, yeah. Because the previous was with a girl.
like family? It was like a family dog. Now it's like your
And
dog.
then family before that. Yeah, exactly.
I bet your ass wants to get home every fucking night now. Mhm.
So wait, what? Say what?
I said I bet your ass wants to get home every night now.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm obviously more cautious of my schedule. I have to be more aware. I've taken her to work a lot of my days at work. I was like, fuck it.
That's awesome.
That's a good thing about managing myself. So I mean, I'll just take her with me, and she's been really good about people. She hasn't had no accidents at the gym.
If you need a guy, like if you really want to train your dog, I mean, I have a guy, Tony. He trained both of my dogs. Man, you could take them anywhere. They're just very like their obedience training is great because like with a dog, I didn't look at it that way at first. The way that he explained it is the better the dog is trained, the more comfortable and happy the dog is because it knows its boundaries and you know their boundaries. So like you guys understand each other, so there's less stress. Like he knows his commands, and like it's just a less stressful relationship. Like even if you go on walks with like leash tugging, but yeah, no, we got him to help us out, and like it was a life changer. It's great.
No,
Like
I definitely would like for that, like that content. I was literally talking to my mom about that. I was first
he's
worried about the
fantastic.
potty training.
I
And then
actually have a session with him tomorrow. He's gonna come so like he can teach because I want him to teach the dogs how to like walk with a stroller. Like because right now they're kind of like, what the fuck is this rolling next? Because they're very good on their heel, like they're used to walking next to heel, and now it's like, what the fuck is this thing rolling in front of us? They're kind of like, so he's
throws
actually
them
coming
off.
tomorrow for a session with that. So, yeah, no, very very good guy, and I mean he's awesome. Like I thought, because my dogs were older when they got trained properly. I thought there's no way you're gonna change those habits. He did. He fucking did.
No, yeah, she's young, so it's a good idea to do it early.
Oh yeah,
But
she'll pick it up so quick and just simple stuff.
I'm crazy enough. I've taken her to Fry's like 3
Mhm.
times already, and she stays on me, like right next to me. She does not. She'll kind of sniff off a little bit, but
Yeah.
as soon as I call her, she comes like right back to me. It's crazy. It's weird. Like it
Yeah,
shouldn't
my
be this
dogs are
easy.
emotional support dogs.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Yeah, I'm about to do that.
Great. Yeah, because technically you can take them anywhere, do whatever you want with them. They can't really tell you anything. So
Gotta get my 110-pound Rottweiler as my emotional support animal.
yep, I got my pit bulls as my support animals.
Yeah, the training's huge though, man. We have 3 dogs and like they're still training to be done, but it makes a huge difference. I walk 2 of them in the morning every morning, and
Yeah.
like they have to walk perfect, and if not, because I think I already scared the hell out of my neighbors anyways. But the fact that they like walk so perfectly, the ones that aren't scared of dogs are like, wow,
Yeah.
dogs are so. But yeah, it makes life easier, makes guests easier, make everything easier. So
Yeah, even like spot training, like if somebody comes over, we just tell them like go to your spot and they'll chill in their spot until, they can come down a bit. They're not just like, even with the baby, like you just say spot and they'll go and they'll wait. So
Yeah,
that's nice.
that's a really good thing because like you're saying, those reasons people come over, you take them out.
Yeah.
It's good to be able to get them like because also with these type of dogs, us having or you too, and also having a Rottweiler, there's people already have like a certain like prejudice towards them, And if something does happen, just even a small little accident, because of the way they look, it's looked at what much worse. You know what I mean? So
yeah, people like cross the street sometimes, like when walk with.
I bet, dude.
It's the funniest thing ever. Like
I'd turn around if I saw you and your dogs.
Well, it's not even that. When they like Taylor's walking 2 big ass pit bulls, and people are walking, they're like, "There's no way this little girl's holding these 2 motherfuckers back from us." It's like, but she's just walking da 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 da, and they don't even look at anybody. But yeah, I could see it. Like they're like, "Ah, yeah, if this dog wants to go, it's going. This girl's gonna hold him back." So Yeah, it's nice. It's dude, I'm happy for you. Like
How much do your dogs weigh?
so Bowser is about 100.
Oh, a big boy.
Yeah, and Halo's probably about 75 to 80.
Those are,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Bowser's a big boy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Can they like take you out? Have you ever like hidden like gotten like
So,
played around and
oh yeah, Bowser's nickname is Bucket or Helmet because he has such a fucking big head that when he gets happy, he like pops up. He'll
yeah,
break a nose,
headbutt you?
dude.
Yes, dude.
He'll
That's exactly
headbutt
what
you.
this was already done twice to me.
Yeah,
In
and
bed. She's just like fuck.
their tails, like Halo. Oh, dude, I'm gonna tell you guys a story after this one. Bowser's and Halo's tails are like weapons, dude. It's like whips. They'll fucking just, dude, it
Take that eye
hurts.
out. Yeah.
It fucking hurts. Check this out. We come home from vacation, right? Our house looks like somebody fucking murdered somebody. Keep in mind, we had white and gray walls in our entire house, right? Everything's white and gray in our living rooms, in our kitchen, everything.
Like with what, blood?
Yes, dude. Halo got a fucking cut on the tip of her tongue from smashing her tail into something. And she was happy as shit, apparently, when we were gone because
No.
our ceilings, walls, cabinets, you fucking name it, blood to this day, it's not all gone, dude. We have to repaint everything.
See.
She just
Wow.
fucking, dude, and she's just wagging that tail, and that cut wouldn't close because she fucking bangs that thing on everything. And it's just fucking everywhere. You can't wrap it, you can't tape it, you can't stitch it, you can't do anything to it, dude. It is literally a red paintbrush everywhere you go. It just flops fucking red paint.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh, she
Yeah,
is.
shit.
But literally, we walked in and we were like, what the fuck happened?
And
We were like, somebody fucking killed somebody in here.
I was asking because today was the first time that I brought her to my mom's to drop her off real quick. And then when I came back, she got really excited. And I was
Mhm.
walking in and she like kind of stayed behind me for a little bit. And when she came running at me, I didn't see her because obviously I wasn't facing her. She
Yeah.
hit the back of my left leg, my bad leg. She almost
Mhm.
took me out, dude.
Yeah.
She, like literally I buckled though.
Oh, dude.
I was so I used to take before Bowser had his knee surgery, he blew out his ACL. I used to we used to just toss balls and like frisbees to them at the park, right? And they used to just run straight on, go grab one, and then one day I threw a frisbee, and usually we like throw two different toys for them, but I threw the frisbee and they both went after it.
Okay.
And these dogs just fucking running. They jump up midair and just bam, headbutt each other, dude. Halo falls down. She's got a split lip, but she's happy as shit. She's wagging her head, blood flying everywhere, dude. I have pictures of her just face just red everywhere, and they're both happy as shit. Bowser just kind of brushes it off because he's like, I got an 80-pound fucking head. I'm good, you know. But Halo's just got a little smaller head, and she just split lip, just fucking blood everywhere. There was a trail of blood from the park to our house, dude. I'm telling you, be careful with dogs because they're just as expensive as humans when they get hurt.
That
I
is,
bet, dude.
that is true.
Yeah. But
I'm already
they're rewarding.
yes.
Congrats on that, dude. That's exciting. So,
What I always say about dogs, one last thing with dogs.
oh,
Lock your girlfriend, your dog in a car.
I already know where you're gonna go
And
with
she
it.
was fucking happy when you opened the car. Dog.
Very true.
So,
Very true.
no one's got love like that.
Yeah, true.
like
Mike, you got Rottweilers, you said?
I have pit bull, a
What's that
Rottweiler,
one?
and a pity mix, like
Oh,
a total mutt. So all pretty medium, big sized dogs. Oh, it's it's
Did you get them close to the same time?
some were Sarah's and some were mine, and then we together have three. So no, all different ages. One's close, the pity's close to 10. The mutt's like 3, and the Rottweiler is like 2 or almost 2. The young.
Yeah. I'm waiting. We basically bought another dog, but then like 2 months, it was like 2 months before she gave birth. Almost got another XL bully, right? We were about to like go pick it up, and then I was like, last second I bitched out. I was like, dude, we're about to have a newborn. Like, I don't know if I could handle all that at once. And I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I waited. It was my dream dog with like the tricolor that I wanted. You know what I mean? Just the temperament, everything was perfect. But then I was like, fuck, we're about to have a newborn. And the good thing I backed out because that would have been a lot. That would have been too much.
That's too much on the plate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already like a little bit head over head over like just barely under the water right now. So um,
How's
yeah,
the training, the meals? How's that been going since the baby?
that's fine. That part is fine. It's sleep. Honestly, like
Sleep.
everything else, I'm still doing what I was doing before, but it's just sleep. Um, when you're used to like just being so adamant about getting your 8 hours of sleep a night, like I would get 8 to 9 nightly. Like it was just like a religion. My wife woke up early, to work. I woke up early for work usually. So by like 8 o'clock, we were in bed.
Yeah.
Now it's like 8 o'clock. He's like, nah, dude, I'm ready to play. So that I think that's the biggest thing for us is just to sleep. Everything else is manageable. I mean, food is food. I have Instacart, so like groceries don't get missed. They just come to my house if I need them to. I have a gym that I literally installed ACs this weekend in there, so it's
Oh, heck yeah.
temperature
Perfect.
controlled. Like the baby can sit in there. So yeah,
That's what I was assuming
yeah,
by seeing the baby being there with you. I was like, he must either do really early workouts when it's nice still
yeah.
out, or he has the
Now it's
AC.
temp controlled now. So like, yeah,
Oh.
I was telling my clients like, oh yeah, thank my son because I didn't do this for you guys. I did it for him. Because I mean, we went like that for like years, just training people on the heat. It is what it is. You know what I mean?
Did you just have giant fans in there previously?
Hell
Just
no.
fan it?
We
No.
was just
Oh.
fucking sweat their asses off. That used to be part of the fucking charm.
What about you, Mike? You have a fan in there?
I just bought one of like the industrial size, like the type
Swamp
of
coolers.
put in like it's not a swamp cooler, I don't think, but it's like one of the ones that if they clean a gym bathroom, it's like a major fan of forced airflow.
Oh,
You put one in my air conditioned house going into the garage, so it's at least pumping some air in there, and then I have just fans in different corners.
hey,
But
Mike, I bought my unit on Amazon.
okay,
I paid on sale for $500 for it, and I installed it in 35 minutes.
was it a window based one?
Yeah, but it's so all you need is to drill an outlet hole in your
Okay.
garage. Which is what I did.
I rent though, dude, so I don't feel like
So
jumping
do
through.
I. But
Oh, dude, okay.
in this one, yeah. So like, but you keep the little circle for the drywall, or you just put a vent over it. Nobody's gonna fucking yeah. That's what I was like.
Okay.
I'm doing it. I don't care. And then you take the unit with you to your next house
Yeah, that's fair. If I end up staying here,
for a little bit longer, at least. Yeah,
then I
you know,
would,
because
for
it's
sure.
it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to just have a
Yeah,
temperature
I'm
control.
gonna clean out the garage like once or twice a week now, so and
Yeah,
I'm a couple pieces away from being able to do my full-fledged first leg day in the garage too. So once, yeah, it might be a necessity sometime soon.
it's nice for cardio too, because like I sweat my ass off regardless, but at least not doing it at 110 degrees is just a little bit like
It's
Oh,
like
I
a
got
sauna, dude.
what's up?
Especially in the summer. It's like a sauna in the summer.
Oh,
That's
bro,
like,
you walk
damn.
out and you have yours in there.
Yeah, I got two in here because I got super high ceilings.
Nice.
So
You have two Stairmasters?
a Stairmaster and a treadmill.
Oh, okay. I thought you had two Stairmaster. I'm like, damn, you're
Well,
real rich.
it's him and his girl. That way they don't
Yeah.
fight for it, you know?
Yeah, real rich. Well, we used to have a treadmill as well and a bunch of other cardio equipment, but when we downsized, we got rid of it all. We used to have like a cold plunge sauna, all that, but when
Yeah.
the baby was coming, we are like, nope, full-fledged gym coming back.
Yeah.
So
You don't have the cold plunge anymore?
no, I got rid of it because like the issue was I wanted to make sure I have a full gym at the house.
Yeah, priority. Yeah.
But that was the priority at that point. So I dumped the cold plunge in the sauna because that took up a lot of fucking room, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see Mike's updates?
Yeah, I told him today, I'm like, you look crazy,
I
bro.
think he should jump in Whitney. I think he should.
I think I think Mike would smoke Derek.
No. I mean, he would, but I don't want to like push him into a show if he doesn't want to do it. Mike's already made some solid improvements, bro.
He has, Mike. You have. No, dude, it's seriously
Because like,
since the last time I've seen you on stage to now, I looked at your picture. I was like, hey, hats off, motherfucker. Good stuff. Good work, dude. Good work.
Trying my darndest. So
yeah, no, you made very good
It
improvements.
shows. It shows.
thank you.
You filled out your frame pretty well. And I mean, you're pretty lean now too. So it's like You see what you got. You do another fucking growth phase, you're gonna be a killer.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm doing one more growth phase, literally starting this week is starting to get back into surplus mode and putting on a pound and a half maximum a week and
Yeah.
how long I can ride this wave of hunger to keep my body sensitive and actually
Yeah.
eat what I'm
Did you
eating,
post it? Was it a
right?
post that you put or a story?
There's a
I
video that
think
I saw.
a
It
couple
was
stories. I did a post a couple weeks ago, but
I'll say pull it up, but I think it was a story, the one you posted yesterday.
it might still be up. Hold on. I think I
Oh
talked
yeah,
to you
yeah,
today
yeah.
about it. Was
it,
that today, dude? I don't even know if that was
Because
today.
because I what I did is I wanted you to pull that up, and then I sent pictures of the last time this guy competed. We competed against each other, obviously, and you
Oh,
can
it's
see
gone.
how like he was very lean and dry, and now with
Yeah.
this difference in size, you can see like the new tissue. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, especially through his posterior chain, that are like erectors, bro, your back, your chest, it's all like thicker, much thicker.
Yeah. It's gone from your story though.
like I scrolled back to a lot of my progress pictures and it's so funny like the detail. I think this is also like a lesson for anyone actually watching like because I busted my ass and like I'm in better shape, significantly better shape than I was like 15 pounds lighter last year, right? Like just
Yeah.
currently in the middle of my off season. So it's like I know I'm doing stuff right, but when I look at pictures, like like there's like little improvements in the posterior chain, like I look fuller in my chest. I don't know, it's funny like the detail because like your shape is your shape, your body is your body. You
Yeah.
know, it's just but it's like the details when it comes to like pounds of tissue, it actually is a lot smaller than you think if it's actual real tissue. Um,
I was like, honestly, what you needed was just kind of thickness, bro. Because that's the reason I also sent those pictures of when we competed. You can see the shape you had was very good. You had like the taper, you had a small waist, your posing was very good. If you just had like the extra 10 pounds of thickness, which I think you're still making classic weight or no at that point,
I
with 10 pounds.
I think I could be in better shape than I was last time I competed, like significantly better shape than I was last time I competed. If I got leaner and more dug out, like Marcel level conditioning,
Yeah.
with some of the pictures that I seen on his page, like I think that I would still make classic, to be honest with you. For better or for worse, I think I would still be able to.
Honestly, I felt like you were very lean. If anything, I felt like you were almost slightly like flat at the at DJ at least. I don't know. I felt like you're pretty like you had a lot of detail, man.
I think I lost issue in that last prep because
Okay.
my training went to just my training went
Went
to
down
yeah,
significantly.
it was that's something that I think is also a lesson to be learned too, right? Like when you're in those depths of prep, like not letting your training just slip
Yeah.
or switching to volume or pump stuff, like you gotta keep doing what you've been doing to hold on to all that.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh hi. You are so fucking cute.
concerned. She's like,
You are so
"Pick me
fucking
up,
cute.
That is
Stand
fantastic.
up, look how calm she stays, bro. She lets me hold her in my arms like a baby. She doesn't freak out or anything.
It's great.
Dude, she's
She's a little
adorable.
40-pound lap dog.
It's fantastic.
Dude, she's like a perfect size too. Like she's not
They
too
think
big. She's
they
not too
think she'll be
small.
like a little bit bigger, but not much. So
Yeah,
I'm glad. I'm glad.
no, for sure. I think you're gonna really like have a good bond with her and you're just gonna fucking love it.
I already have, bro. She loves cuddling with me, especially in the mornings. Because I'll wake up like at 5, 6 a.m. to use the restroom. Like it's almost like on schedule for me every time.
Yeah,
But then it's not time for me to wake up yet. Like in an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm like, I'm gonna go back to sleep. In that hour and a half, 2 hours now, I can't go back to sleep because all she's doing
yeah.
is like rubbing all up on me and like
Hmm.
loving on me. And
Mike, are you doing a full growth phase though, or are you thinking about doing a show?
Yeah, 20 weeks plus.
20 weeks plus.
No,
Nice.
I'm committing to it. And I'm committing to it. I mean, my goal would to not be able to make classic. That is
yeah,
my
yeah.
I've said that since the
Yeah,
beginning of this offseason. I was like, I really don't want to.
because
I think currently I could,
yeah.
but my goal is to not to.
Like you're saying,
How
you would be, I think, a lot more dug out on that. If you did go classic, you'd be a different look. But yeah, it's like you're not trying to do classic anymore. You're trying to move
yeah.
up to open. So
Would
How
like to.
tall are you, Mike?
5'10". It's pretty tall.
5'10". So your cutoff would be what?
207, I think it is.
207. Okay.
Yeah, it is two. I think it's 205 and it increased to 207 or something like that.
Yeah, so you'd be in that fucked of like heavyweight bodybuilder Yeah, that's a tough one.
I have a big gap to
Yeah,
there
yeah,
where I
yeah.
could be
Because
probably
like,
competitive in classic with where I will be next year.
yeah,
But to be competitive in bodybuilding is going to take me 4 more.
yeah. Because
So
for me, I have that like light heavy cutoff, and classic cutoff is within like a pound and a half. So it's like,
Oh, that's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah. So it's like pound and a half is nothing. You know what I mean? You could get that off if you need to. You know. No, I think it's 2.5 now. 2.5 or one. I don't know. It's very close. I remember that because I was like, fuck it, might as well. You know.
yeah, no,
And
100%.
are you still set on aiming for Whitney yourself? Or
Oh,
something?
dude, I'm fucking with Derek. I'm not doing
Oh,
Whitney.
damn
Uh,
it.
I'm doing nationals. I'm not. I don't. There's no point of me getting in
Yeah.
shape that early.
Well, that's why I don't think necessarily do it for like getting in shape early, but I think you being like 80% in shape is still pretty
I know. I
fucking
was. I was. I
dangerous.
was. I was. I was literally just being a dick and fucking not being a dick, but like I was just trying to ruffle Derek's feathers because he was
I
so
mean,
excited about doing the show. So I was like,
yeah, no,
"Ah,
it's gonna be a good show. I don't
it
think
is.
like
Yeah.
even Derek should be taking it or you for granted. There might be some people
Oh, for
show
sure,
up. You know,
dude.
it's a
I
good
don't take
show.
any show for granted.
Yeah,
Any show, like I don't take any because I know that any day of the week, somebody that's better than me can show up and just fucking smoke me.
yeah, all of us,
There's a
all of
lot of
us.
people that are significantly better in our area than
Hmm.
me. Like I know that. So
Yeah,
any day of the week, somebody can show up and smoke me. I don't. There's no show that like anybody's safe in. What if that like the fucking out of nowhere the bubbly black guy shows up and just whoops your ass? Like you know what I
yeah,
mean?
no,
Like,
no, yeah, no.
that's a
But
high
I just felt
possibility.
yes, absolutely. But I just feel like obviously there's some shows in Arizona that are considered like a smaller show, and the
Yeah,
Whitney, in my eyes, is becoming like the prime show in
yeah, it's
Arizona
a
now.
bigger show now.
But
Yeah,
yeah, so that's just what I meant. But yeah, any show anyone can show up and be anyways. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just
I still have so much work to do that it's like it's not even funny. Like I don't feel safe going into any NPC show.
Yeah,
Like I feel like I need to be at my fucking absolute best I can be on that day to be competitive. That's at any NPC show.
yeah, no, yeah, you're the can you bring the conditioning and the shape, right? You're not just the freak of freaks.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only reason why I have done well in the shows that I've done well in is because I knew that I suck in a lot of places, so I had to make it up by just trying to get in the best shape I can. That was the only thing that I could do, you know? That's the
Yeah,
only factor I can control at that point.
yeah. So you're doing the nationals in December then, the one in Texas.
Yeah, yep, that's the initial plan. I mean, obviously I'm gonna do what Chris wants to do. But that'll probably be my first guess. Um, if not, then I'll try to maybe go for like junior USA's or junior Nats like early
start
next
next year.
year. But
Yeah. Well,
I would
yeah.
like to go to nationals.
Yeah. That's a lot later though. So well, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to do nationals this year, but it just all depends what Chris says. If Chris says it's too much for me to handle or my body's too stressed or whatever with, having a newborn, because I mean I would have to be starting prep it's probably what, in like 2.5 months, 10 weeks probably.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
give
that
yourself
shit's
time.
already
Yeah.
coming up. Yeah, I would be starting prep in like 10 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
Yeah.
already at the end of June, man, or May. I mean, you're about to start June.
Yeah, about to start
It's
June. So
crazy.
June, July, mid-August, because then you got September, October, November, December. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy man.
Already
Yes.
back towards the end of the year. That's fucked.
Yeah.
Have you have you given any thought to it, Mike, about next year? Like
Uh,
show, like any like area, any time zone, or not
but
really?
guys, what shows happen in March or April around here? Any?
I don't think any.
It's like May or June the soonest.
I
Oh,
thought
what
there was a
about
one Wings of Strength. Well,
what
why
about
did I
Val?
feel that Valley of the Sun?
Yeah, what about that one?
That was
That
the one that we had one that just passed. That was at like
in April or May or
that was
March.
out like by Glendale. Was it April, May?
Yeah, I think that'd probably be my ideal, to be honest with you, is doing a show in the earlier part of next year. And whether that is here, ideally that would be here. So I don't need to pay for a bunch of stuff. I could travel somewhere else, like in Texas or California or something like that. Just
Or
Yeah.
Vegas, make it close, you know?
okay. Yeah. But my thoughts are is if I am massing until a minimum of October, um, I want to go do a small hold phase and then go directly into prep, which
Yeah.
would be to end of March-ish competing.
Yeah. So May 11th was
Value of
Valley
Sun.
of the Sun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if that's the earliest, then yeah, I might need to look around somewhere else, or that'll be my target. Yeah.
May's not bad. It's not a bad time to compete because then if you really wanted to, you got junior. Oh well, you don't want to do classic anymore. Never mind. That'd be
Well,
stupid.
we'll see.
No,
We'll
I mean,
see.
by then, if his off season like this even becomes half of what he just had, he probably won't be able to make classic anymore.
That's what I'm saying. He's not gonna
Yeah.
do classic anymore. So
And I don't know, Mike's that's the one thing, Mike, you can tell by following him, and he's been on point for the last like
oh
year,
yeah, you
two
see it.
years now, like on
No,
point
you
with his
see it.
eating, his
Yeah, yeah.
training. He's very like regimented, like fucking. And that's what it is. It's just about momentum and adding up the days. And
Just
now he's
stacking the
fucking
days.
added up so many tissue that he looks like a whole different person. Because I've known Mike for maybe like 3.5, maybe 4 years, or like known of him. So I've seen his physique for like multiple times. And the last year and a half too, he's fucking shot up like crazy.
Yeah, no, I saw his photos and I was like, damn, fucking hell yeah, kudos, dude. Good for you, man.
Like he
I love
does
seeing that.
play lift.
No, seriously, I love seeing that shit. I fucking like when somebody that I know has made so much progress, I fucking love seeing that. Awesome.
Yeah, no, I mean for sure, dude. I'm rooting for all you guys now, like straight up, not just because we're doing this, but like I mean, Mike, I've known him for a while. Even when we were competing
Yeah.
against each other, we were still talking. We were
Mhm.
very friendly with each
That was
other.
that was
We
a
tease each other and shit, like do little emojis, but we always had respect for each other. It was never like "fuck you, dude." That was it.
Yeah,
So
well, it's like we know how hard it is to do
yeah,
bodybuilding. You know what I mean? Like, so
we
it's
know
like
it's so many
anybody that
factors.
has
Yeah,
made solid progress to me, it's immediately like respect, dude. Fuck yeah, good for you.
yeah.
Especially if you're not a fucking genetic freak. Like none of us are genetic freaks. Like so it's like any of us that makes a solid ass progress, it's like, oh, I know you you fucking did yours for that.
well, that's one thing about all of us, at least. We've all added at least about like 60 to 80 pounds of tissue to the frame that we
Oh yeah.
started with. And
Oh yeah.
whoever, regardless of who we are, that's a big
Hmm.
difference. And that's a lot of muscle to add to the frame. Obviously, being the tallest looks like I'm the least biggest, but it's all the same like kind of weight. We've all done a good job putting on muscle.
Yeah, because what are you like 260s?
Right now, I'm 260 exactly on the dot. Yeah. Right now,
260?
I've dropped a little bit of weight again. Yeah, I'm getting a little leaner. Brought some abs back a little bit.
Bringing
Summer's
back
around the
the
corner.
abs.
No, it wasn't even that. It was more the food sensitivity. It's like once you're eating and you
Yeah.
notice like the carbs aren't doing shit. It's like okay, it's getting
Yeah.
too far now.
Yeah, I lost a little weight after birth, like when Liam was in the NICU, so I lost a little weight there. But finally this check-in, it was finally like my roundness came back. Just the adjustment to training, like had to pull back on the amount of days that I'm training. So I'd start training like every other day instead of, two because it was like the sleep was just what gets me. Like you feel like a zombie, like going into train like a zombie is just not gonna do you very good, especially if you're trying to put on tissue. So
And you're just not recovering without sleep. You know
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so that's the same thing that Chris said. He's just like, yeah,
just
dude, be
spinning your
very
wheels.
mindful of that. Like, if you feel like you're a zombie that day, just let it ride, dude.
Rest.
It's fine. Hit it the next day. So had to adjust that, and I did, and I think my body's starting to get used to the sleeping in intervals type of deal, and just, you know, it's just a matter of getting used to it.
Yeah.
It's not forever either. It's gonna be 6, 7 months, and I think he's gonna be like on a pretty solid sleeping schedule. So
Yeah, once he gets out of that phase, he'll actually sleep more than you. Once he gets out
yeah,
of
oh
like
yeah, yeah.
you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like my friend Daniel, he lives like across the street from us. They had a baby exactly 9 months ago. Um, and their baby sleeps from like 8 p.m. to 8, 9:30 in the morning. So it's like he's just like, bro, it's like, then they had the same thing. At first it was like rough, and now they're like, yeah, dude, she falls asleep about 8 o'clock, she will sleep till 8 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, fuck, sign me up.
Just have a countdown on your phone of okay,
Yeah.
how many days remaining until about 9 months.
Yeah, yeah. But
Eight,
it's
wow.
okay. Yeah, yeah. It's manageable. You just have to remind yourself that it could be a lot worse. So just get on with it. Could be a lot worse. It's all right. Could be a lot worse. So
Well,
what'd you guys think of um Cal Pro?
Cal Pro. Let's rewind a little bit. I think we missed another show before that. The New York Pro.
We're good.
We just like touch base on it real quick. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we all picked obviously the winner.
Oh
We
yeah,
were all we all picked Nick. We all saw that coming, obviously, but then we all got dubbed by Mr. Clinton, unfortunately. And it wasn't even like I don't know, man. When I look back at it now, I think I'm kind of dumb for going that high with him. No offense to him, but it's like one of his best shows was the second to Joel Thomas. And no disrespect to Joel Thomas, but Joel Thomas isn't a top 10 guy.
Yeah.
So if he can't really pass him yet, and I know he had the 2 years since then, I was like, that I should have been more realistic how much you can actually jump with that.
Yeah,
right?
but didn't I put him in 6th?
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean us three then, Derek.
Yeah, no, because I was the one that said
Yeah,
I
never mind.
think in the lineup with the big guys, he's gonna look a little bit
Look
stringy.
thin.
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I thought.
And that's exactly what happened.
Because
yeah.
Quentin always looks awesome, and then he's like shows up next to the very muscular guys, and on top of that, some of these guys had shape as well, so they weren't only muscular but had shape. Obviously, Nick's shape isn't the greatest, but like somebody like Tonio or they're round too, so he just got washed out in that lineup.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, sorry to interrupt. Did you see that? The Polish guy out of nowhere that had fucking good shape and was
Christian
big up.
Wolski.
Yeah, Volsky. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? I was
He
like,
was sick, bro. The
I was
quads,
like,
especially. Fuck.
yeah, and I think he took 3rd or 4th at Cal Pro now. 3rd,
Yes,
something like that.
So that what 5th now 3rd?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he beat Stu, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, some of those HD videos of him in New York just look absolutely nutty. Like you see those videos, you're like, "There's no way this dude's getting beaten." He just
Can you pull up some New York stuff or something?
Yeah, dude, he looked bonkers. I'm like, "What the fuck are you?" And hats off to you, dude.
Well, actually, I went through his Instagram and I've seen his stuff before. He was very much like a big shape guy before, but he added like this tissue out of nowhere, bro. And it took him to this level of like he can hang with the big boys. He almost looked like a small 212 guy before.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he looked awesome. But yeah, the bets, definitely that one pick through. Dude, I think I got the order of everyone right except for that one pick. Like
Really?
we're in the perfect right order except for my number 2 pick.
That's right. You initially threw everything off by a spot. You're right.
Everything by 1. I'm like, all right.
Son of a bitch.
It's funny.
I saw another way that they do on Full Odds podcast. The way they also score it is the difference in spots between what you picked and they actually got.
That'd have been pretty, yeah.
So we can maybe do that for the next one because then that actually does show how much off you are because it's further away the spots, then the more points you get, and the guy with the least points added wins.
Yeah.
So that could be something instead of doing like the point system because it is kind of true where like Derek said like first place sometimes is easy. Like we all kind of saw Nick winning this, like
Yeah.
at least in my opinion, because even though I was like as bad as his front poses are, he dominates the side and the rear poses like immensely in my opinion, and that's why I think he beat Antonio or Tonio. Not
Yeah, same with fucking Martin. Martin looked fucking insane.
Oh yeah, that's right. He beat Martin. I forgot Martin was second on him. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see. I could pull this up. Share screen. I think this is it.
Bam.
I mean, look at the condition on these guys, dude.
Wild, dude.
Like Martin, fucking Nick, all of them look crazy, dude.
One that would have been really cool to watch in person. I'm sure the energy in New York. I went to the New York Pro once when I went out to school on the East Coast, and like the venue wasn't huge. I think the venue's actually in Jersey, if I remember correctly. It's like right over the bridge.
Yeah.
That place is just nuts. I'm sure this would be a super cool show to see in person. Just electric.
And the crazy part is it was like a 1-point decision too between Nick and Martin.
Yeah, it was super close.
Yeah, it was a 1-point decision from what I saw.
What do you guys think that means as far as Martin going to the O? He's qualified. What do you guys think that's going to put him come Olympia time?
I think he's looking at like a top 10. Top 5 is going to be tough for him to squeeze into. I can see top 10.
I can see top 10 for sure as well, but I can also kind of see top 5 depending on who shows up how.
Okay, well, top 5. Sorry to interrupt. Top 5, like, think about it this way, right? That's the way I was thinking about it. Hottie, Derek. That's already two, right?
Mhm.
Those two for sure are in there. Usually the top two from the previous year's Olympia are already in there. That's Hottie and Derek.
Mhm.
Okay.
Samson.
Samson,
Nick.
Nick Walker.
Who's your fifth?
And think about it, you only got one more pick to slide into the top 5 before Martin.
What? Andrew, Brandon.
Brandon, who are you gonna pick?
That's what I'm saying. Andrew, Brandon, those are all great picks.
I think that Martin's gonna be pushing people, I think, man, this year.
I think he will as well, but I think it's going to be a top
7 or above. Unless he came in off, I think 7 or above for sure. Like I feel very confident about saying that.
I could see 7 or 8. I could see that. I could definitely.
I think he's pretty close to like where Hunter has been placing, you know what I mean? Like I think he would be
Yeah.
if Ian, Hunter, him and stuff were competing, I think that Martin would probably win. Unless truly Hunter improved as much as people are saying.
Okay.
You know, he looks massive, but
I mean, do you
Top
see
5
the
of the
difference?
Olympia last year. Top 5 of the Olympia last year.
but
Andrew
um,
Smith, wasn't he? Wait.
Derek, Hottie, Sampson, Brandon,
I'll have to
Andrew.
look that up.
Andrew,
Thought-
Hunter,
I
Michael
thought-
Cristo. Dude, like he would for sure beat Michael Crizo, Tonio. He did beat Tonio, and Tonio was 8th last year. So you're telling me that he can't sneak top 7 when literally
I
8
can. I think he can. I think 7, 8 is plausible for him, but I think top 5 is going to be hard to crack. He's going to be right outside that top 5.
Oh yeah, last year 4th was Brendan Curry.
Brandon, I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, I think Martin has Brandon. Like I don't. At least the Brandon we've seen of late, and if this Martin shows up, at least this one, which I think he's actually gonna be better as well. Because ever since he's worked, like how Mike said, with Boss of Outlaw, it's been like just boom, boom. Every show is just like significantly better.
Yeah, like if you're saying top 10, that's like putting him on like Regan. Regan was 9th last year.
All right, let's see if I can pull up the.
It was Griffin, Hassan.
All the current qualified people.
Yeah.
For this year.
Anyway,
Exactly.
it's interesting though, right? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good year for him.
So there's only 8 qualified so far. Tonio.
No,
Nick,
there's more pages. Oh no, I guess
oh,
not.
that's it. Only 8.
Wait, what the fuck?
Qualified now.
Well, I guess if what's his face goes in. Well, they're not counting Brandon Curry because he's won an Olympia.
There's a lot of international shows coming up. That's what's going to be interesting. Is a lot of these guys are going to be forced to go like international. Like so that I have a feeling a lot more. I mean, what there's a bunch. There's the Dubai. That's like the other remaining like big one overseas, and there's a couple in Europe. So
Well, check this out: Martin versus Rafa.
What? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Martin versus Rafa.
Oh,
if that's a question, I chose Martin. If that's a statement, then I think it's going to be a good battle for sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they're both have a pretty shape. Like that could be a good comparison.
I think Rafa to beat Martin, he's gonna have to come at his best ever.
Yeah, he's softer,
Right.
sure. In comparison,
Yeah.
Martin would look soft.
For Martin to hang with Nick, like that says a lot. For it to lose by 1 point, like I said, I feel he's really, really close to being a top 5, like almost like for sure. It just kind of depends how Andrew shows up, how Samson shows up. Because I think now that these guys might be getting pushed out in a way, because now that they're less of a wow factor, they've been out a few times now. Like they're not the last while, but it's like I feel like they have that like aura about them the first couple of times, and like because they're not showing condition, I feel now the judges are actually holding them to that standard. You know?
Okay.
So
check this. Nick versus Samson.
I think Samson.
Okay.
I think Nick.
Okay. All right. Well, that because that will be another comparison that's like apples and oranges. Who are they picking? They're both mass monster. One is pretty, one is not.
Yeah.
Do you feel confident with Samson and his new coach though? And his new situation with Oxygen?
There's that too, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
That too. Yeah, that's a
big factor.
What ifs, all hypotheticals for sure.
Yeah.
okay. Tio, who's Tio? Why can I picture him?
Theo, he's like an overseas guy.
Yeah.
He's solid.
Okay.
He's not gonna crack top 10 though. I mean, unfortunately, he's not there yet.
He's got really pretty shape.
Yeah, he does.
But he's a lot smaller than.
So just off of that, from what you guys are saying, Derek, Hottie Sampson, Nick.
Yeah,
So the absolute best you see Martin at is 5th right now.
yeah,
I think so. Yeah, the absolute best. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
absolute like his best case scenario.
yeah.
Because Nick shows up, we know he shows up. We know he's gonna show up unless he tears a hamstring.
But I think that's huge, man. Like, has Martin even made it to the O? No, he's gotten second every other showing he's done, or like
Yeah.
third. So, like,
Yeah.
for him
First
to
though.
get like top 6, top 5, like that's crazy.
Okay,
Also,
another question.
he's I think younger than me. He's like 28 or 27, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, he's like 28.
something like that. Yeah, his mid-20s, late 20s.
Okay, another question. Andrew Jacked or Martin?
I think from what we've seen currently, in my opinion, Martin. From what we've seen currently, Andrew has to bring a package he hasn't brought before. I think because the conditioning, I think is too much of a difference now. Because if we compete against Andrew, that's not even close. So it's like Martin was right there with Nick with that package. As long as he brings that package. So
Here's another wrench. A very good Rami versus Martin.
Rami's retired, man. It's just
Yeah.
not dead yet. He's just making millions with his supplement company overseas. He's living his best life.
I think he didn't show up for other reasons that did not have to do with the visa.
Oh, he was probably
Yeah.
out of fucking shape.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Like,
He
I think
was
he's
probably
out.
like,
I
"Nah,
think
I'm
I
not
don't think he's
getting-"
just out of shape. I think he's out of the game. Like he actually knows he's gonna retire. But like how Mike said, he's trying to live off the hype while he can with the subs. So because that's kind of carrying him. You know, I think as soon as he retires, they might look at him a little differently. It might affect sales. He's not. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Yeah, so that's what I think. Not that I know. that I know
yeah. Not that we know anything of anything.
But that's what I guess.
That's our thought process. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? Where do you think Martin's like best shot is? You think he is a top 5 absolute best, or you think he's still that 10th slot?
No, I think like realistically he's gonna be like 7th or 8th. I think realistically
He'll kind of be in that group of like Hunter, Antonio, maybe Crizzo. Because I feel that's gonna be maybe that second group. You know, it depends how many they do first call out. They usually do like 6 guys in the first call out. So
yeah, and you still gotta remember about Hunter Labrada.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's always in that top 10 mix over there because he's got good enough shape, and when he comes in conditioned, you know, he should do pretty well.
How often does that happen though?
I mean, he's placed in the top 10 in like what, past 3 years?
Yeah, no. I said how often has he came conditioned though?
Not often, but I think
Yeah.
that has to do more with him.
Beating guys that
I
maybe-
heard he questions his coach as well quite a bit too. So,
think
but I don't know. I mean, that's
Yeah.
just
he seemed to have battled a lot of gut issues in the past, and he seems to be on point with his digestion and everything. So
now, yeah. Well,
His-
because he used to eat fucking Rice Krispies 7 times a day. So I
and
mean,
5 shakes with it.
yeah, five protein shakes and Rice Krispies. So I mean, hard not to have gut issues.
That's still wild that he even got to that point, looking like that, doing
To
that.
the level that he has, doing what
Yeah.
he has done.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, fucking impressive.
Dude, I do that for a day. I'm like peeing out of my butt next day.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't even live like by having like In and Out like once a week or Panda Express once, dude. My stomach doesn't handle it. I'd be messed up for days. Like that's so funny.
Okay, I got one more thing to show you guys, just to kind of who's Ross's coach, Ross Flanagan.
Dominic
Dom
Cordova.
Yeah. I just saw something wild from CalPro last year. And
That's the one that Ross won, right?
yeah,
The year before.
yeah, that's the one.
They tend to be like a very conditioned, aimed show.
Martin or Ross?
Huh? The California Pro, they tend to go for the very conditioned guy. Like that's
No, I
their.
was just saying, but take a look at that. Would that give Martin a run for his money?
Yeah,
No.
I chose Mark. He was
Yeah, I choose Martin too. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm just throwing out possible people that I think can somehow.
Oh yeah. No, I could see it too, but I just feel like he's very like still thin up top and not as like goodly shaped as Martin.
Keep in mind, he hasn't competed yet, so we
This
don't know.
year, yeah, he's been out, so we'll see what he brings back. Yeah,
There's
you're
so
right.
many other top threats above him though that have not qualified that are like still needing to qualify.
Yeah, that's what like you said, the overseas guys. There's like 10 of them out there that still are going to be battling for some spots. So even if the U.S. guys go out there, I don't think it's going to be like obviously a walk in the park.
I
We
guess.
still got like Brett Wilkin.
Baruz, you got Andrew. Oh yeah, Brett's out there still. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
Wilkin's
lining
still out
something
there.
up.
Justin Shire is still out there.
I think he's not
That's true.
competing this year though, right?
I'm not sure. I'm just.
Yeah,
I remember.
I think Mike's actually right. I think he just says he's sitting this year out.
I like him a lot. I like his physique a lot.
Regan Grimes. Nope.
He's a girl guys just got pregnant, right? And he's like going into off season, which is probably a good call.
Yeah.
Kid
Regan.
around the Olympia, so that's not happening.
Yeah,
I got another one that nobody has thought about yet.
And nobody but him.
John
Kevin
Jewett.
Leroney.
John Jewett. Oh yeah, dude. John Jewett's gonna look crazy in the open, dude.
Yeah, he looks fucking wild right now.
How long has he been holding back in 212 now?
Bro,
a
like
couple
5
years, huh?
years.
Yeah.
He's like he's in like 260s right now or some stupid shit like that.
And what show did he almost win last year? Was it what, Legion?
Yeah, he almost won the Legion.
It was against Griffin.
Yeah, oh yeah, and he literally did a 212 show like 3 weeks prior to that.
Yeah. He's gonna
I saw his update at 7 weeks out and I was like, oh, the fuck is that?
he's crazy looking.
So there's another one that could possibly
one that's not being talked about. You were actually right on that one. No one is really talking about him. And is he doing the Texas?
Yeah, he's that or Chicago because I think he's 7 weeks out. So
yeah, he might be doing the Chicago.
Because I'm guessing Texas Andrew Jack is gonna do because he does that shit every year, I think.
So he's doing that one in Dubai, I think he said in like some interviews.
Okay. So Chicago, Texas are the last states ones, right? And then there's the 2 in Canada, and then there's the overseas.
Yeah, the overseas, I'm guessing like Presti is gonna win one.
Sure, yeah.
He's okay. I mean, I haven't seen him in a while. I know that Volsky guy, he said I think he's gonna do a few more shows to try and get his qualification.
Sure.
So he might be able to grab one.
The next one is Toronto, right? That's our next show coming up.
I wonder who's doing Toronto. I don't even know.
Or Quinn's doing it.
Quinn.
Oh, it makes sense. He's from Canada, so.
Yeah, the Canada show. Yeah.
But yeah, so okay, realistically, I think Martin, yeah, anywhere from like, I think 6 to 9 is like a good window for him. That
just cracking the top 10, like we said, would be a significant thing to do, especially his first one.
Yeah, some people would have to miss, and only you got to remember, like the way I look at the Olympia is kind of like an old man's club. Like you got to get your stripes before they give you that notch in that top notch. You know,
they sure say.
Yeah, but look at Derek.
Yeah, but Derek's been around.
Yeah, he's proved himself already.
He's been around. He won the 212 title.
Yeah.
So.
And he also came undeniable.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, even that first one that he took second in, he was still like, as soon as he came out, people were like, "Oh fuck," you know. If they didn't give him that, there people would start a riot. Like even the non, like very well versed bodybuilding people were like, "Okay, he was crazy." Like he turns to the bag. That shit's insane. Nobody's touching that. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, there's gonna be some good guys that missed the Olympia this year. That's what's gonna happen for sure.
Yeah, and I wonder. Like, I know there's still like probably like a Phil Kalhar. I don't know what he's doing.
Is he still doing the? I'm pretty. He did it Masters last year, right? Didn't he? Didn't he win the Masters though?
He probably won the Masters, but he also did regular Olympia, I think.
Oh, and he's still gonna keep doing that. I'm assuming.
Roman Fritz.
That's you.
Thank you, Roman Fritz. Probably one of the European shows, I'm guessing.
What'd you guys think about Classic recently? Have you guys kept up with it or not?
I didn't keep up with it that much. I saw
I
Matt.
couldn't keep up with.
You guys haven't seen that new Spanish guy? That's
What?
like
I-
he was an open bodybuilder, and he actually had like one of those guys that had like crazy good potential just because of the shape, and he had got his pro card somewhere internationally, and he decided to do his debut as a classic because they ended up adding those 10 pounds, and that was like 2 pounds under what he weighed when he won his pro card or something like that. He said so. He went for it, and he looked pretty fucking crazy. Like he's this taller guy. He's like 6'2". Like yeah, there you go. The guy on the left.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
His back, bro. If you can find his rear double, holy smokes!
It's like that's awesome.
Like if you can find his pro. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, wow.
He's crispy, dude.
Look at the lats, bro. Fuck.
So what did he place? He placed top 2.
He won that pro. He won that classic show, the one he's in the background of his.
Yeah,
So he just got qualified for the O, and he's 22 years old.
Crazy.
Love it.
Wild.
That's crazy.
Who's this?
Do you guys have any questions you want to do for this this one? Or you just want to talk about California Pro next at all?
What about Nathan?
No, I didn't post any questions. I might still have some left over from the last time.
He's gonna steal some spots for from people from the O and then just not be able to make it again. He's a I love Nathan.
Poor fucking guy, dude.
Is he not allowed over here because of the trouble he got into? Is that what that is?
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because he used to be able to get here, right? That wasn't an issue before.
I think you can't get a visa to travel. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He looks good.
He
He's got
does,
that
dude.
wacky shit.
Well, isn't he working on Boss of Outlaw too?
Yes.
Stefan?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He won what 2 last year, I think.
Yeah.
2 or last year. So they couldn't make it to the O, so he's just stealing spots. It's great. He's
Well, who knows? If he makes it,
money.
there's
Just
another
he
spot.
gets those wins. He's got like 11 wins now or something. It's crazy.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Stu?
I really like Stu's physique.
Yeah. He just needs just a bit more time.
Yeah, he's a newer pro, but he's just he looked great.
Yeah, no, he looks good. I like Stu. Stu is gonna have he puts on a bit of muscle on top of what he has, and he's gonna be crazy.
I used to see him at Muscle Factory like once in a blue moon, and yeah, he's crazy looking in person.
Yeah, he's got that.
Yeah.
Brain.
I think as long as he improves those lats and that posterior a little bit, he could be a guy that could maybe crack a top 10 eventually.
Yeah, he just needs to more detail up here.
Yeah. He's actually a really, really big person too, like surprisingly, and that's why when he stands in the lineup, he looks way better than I think. I mean, not that he doesn't look good right now, right there, but he looks better with people.
I know what you're saying for sure.
Yeah,
His fro makes it.
he looks like a caveman.
That's
His
great.
fro makes it. All right. If you guys wanna take a look at see if we have any leftover questions, we could try and hit those.
Yeah.
Do you have any, or you want me to look at mine?
Yeah, I'm gonna look through mine too. So I'm gonna just swipe back quite a bit here. Let's see.
I got time for a couple questions here.
Yes.
We'll knock them out real quick.
Doom, doom, doo, 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 doom.
Some of these questions I tend to get like repeated, but I guess because I don't know if I did it with you guys or I did it with Derek. Though some of these questions, so
Yeah. Let's see.
I got one that was like, "What's the worst side effects you've got for PEDs?"
Kidney infection.
You did really
I did, yeah.
from gear? How's that happen?
I mean,
Bad gear?
you can't pinpoint it directly from gear.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a kidney infection.
Yeah.
I think it was just everything put together was what kind of brought me there.
When did you first know that bodybuilding was something that you wanted to do and pursue?
Okay, we could do that.
Yeah, it's a little deeper, I guess, than our typical.
All
We
right,
could, I guess, make
let's
it deeper.
Take it off.
Go first, Marcel. Or Mike. Go first, Mike, since he's ready.
Mine's pretty simple. Mine, I didn't really know that I was bodybuilding at first. My dad was just like 230 pounds and had over 20-inch arms as just like a natural gym bro. And so I grew up with like looking up to him, just being like
Wanting 20-inch arms.
biggest dude. I was like, I want huge arms. I want to be muscular, and started lifting weights and just fell into loving the physique rather than like because I tried a little bit of like powerlifting and stuff. I was like, I like to be strong, but that was
There's
I think
always
really why was I just had this vision of like what a man should look like, and then I just fell into that.
careful now. Careful now. Don't get us canceled.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
look up to my dad. Canceled.
No. What a man should look like part. That part. Or like
Think that
some people might take offense to that. I don't give a shit. I feel the exact same way, but
what I want to
So
look
was the
like.
question why you got into competing or why'd you get into
in
bodybuilding?
bodybuilding. So more of just the lifestyle. Like when did you know it was something you're gonna do and pursue? Like
Oh, so I think I fell in love with it after my first show. Like why I got into bodybuilding was um my girlfriend at the time cheated on me with her yoga instructor. So I just
I
felt
remember
like a
this.
complete piece of shit about myself. So I just locked myself in a gym and I started working out and then just kind of never left the gym after that. So yeah, that was my my initial why I started training.
Mm.
And then competing just kind of came with, I mean, I was spending so much time in the gym. I was an athlete, throughout high school. So like I liked competing. I was always a competitive person. I like challenging myself. So I just kind of figured, oh, I'm gonna give this a shot. Three-fourths through my first prep, I told myself I'm never doing this shit again. Why the fuck am I doing this? I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna finish this one, but that is fucking it. I'm never doing this again.
Mhm.
Yeah, the day after I stepped off the stage for the first time, I was like already making a plan on the next one that I'm doing, and I just kind of stayed that way, you know.
Sports did you do growing up?
Wrestled, played hockey, played football, did gymnastics. Um, yeah, those were the main ones: wrestling, hockey, football,
That's
gymnastics.
awesome. Yeah, I find it interesting. Well, first off, there's a lot of wrestlers in general that like fall into bodybuilding because of like I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of some of their processes are similar, but what I find interesting is so many of either people who are in like single or like solo sports, whether it's like running
Oh,
or wrestling or whatever, or even like some like tennis, right? Or someone that basically can train, put in the work, and then realize that their work actually like results in the win. Or someone who hated that about team sports, where they're maybe like really good at football, but like
yeah.
hated like taking the L's and like it not being their fault. Like I feel like that's a very common thread against like people who fall into love with bodybuilding is because it's just like that competitive itch that's like already wired in your brain, and then you're just like, wow,
You
like
have to be, man. Like especially for us to do what we do.
I don't know. It's funny. That's cool.
I was just talking to one of my clients, my friends actually the other day. Um, and they were like, because they're our mutual friend is also trying to do a show, so I'm coaching both of them. And then they were, she was talking to me and like, oh, that he's starting to struggle.
Hmm.
And I told her like, you can't be a good competitor if your only driving factor to compete is to look good. That's not enough to put yourself through the torture that we put ourselves through. Like there
Yeah,
has to be something else that's driving
to
you.
fall in love with the process too. It's just
Yeah,
that
yeah,
daily stuff. Because if we're all honest with each other, we know it's extremely boring to just do the same shit over and over and over. But you kind of fall in love with being regimented. You fall in love with following the process because you know what
challenging
comes
yourself.
from
Yeah.
it after following it.
But if your only driving factor is like, oh, I want to look good, get in shape, like you're not going to get far in this sport. To put ourselves what we put ourselves through, like you have to have a good fucking reason to do that, and that's simply looking good is not enough for anybody. Like the work outweighs the fucking benefits per se.
It could be something that maybe initially gets you into it, right? Like
Yeah,
wanting to look
sure.
better, wanting to look good. And then most of us, because that's kind of how I first started, if I'm being honest. It was the gym tan laundry, it was the GTL. I was just trying to look good, have some abs. I didn't ever think I was going to be a bodybuilder, until I got exposed to, coming out here in the valley. Classic physique came about, right? When I kind of started looking into it. So it kind of like was something I liked more than just because I knew I was very realistic with bodybuilding at my height. I had to be way fucking bigger than I could probably ever be.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's the thing. And were you guys either ones a fan? I think actually Mike has. We talked about this. You a fan of Dragon Ball Z growing up, or no?
Me? No, not
Yeah.
really.
No? Oh, okay. Never mind. I
No.
wasn't.
Yeah.
You, Marcel, no either.
Oh, me not really either.
Okay, because that definitely played a part in my influence, seeing that like those physiques
Goku
and shit. Well, dude, they're just jacked. They're all ripped. They're like had abs all the time. Like,
Yeah.
like
The whole
it's-
cartoon was roided the fuck out.
I mean,
um,
I mean, think about Captain America as a fucking superhero that has like a super steroid in it.
Dragon
Yeah,
Ball.
he was
is
on
that
trend. It was on super trend.
Yeah, exactly. This,
I thought this one was funny.
Ball is actually short for Dragon Ball. That's actually what the stands for. So
Yeah,
it has that in common. But
this was funny because this person didn't ask a question. They just said, why do you say bodybuilding is sport when it's not even an organized activity?
I mean, I don't even think I call it a sport either. I mean,
So that's a good debate. I mean,
yeah.
I think it's a sport. I think
not doing this debate. That debate's like,
I
yeah,
you know, okay, maybe the actual competitive, like the competition itself might not be a sport because all you're doing is flexing on stage, right?
Yeah, it's a
But
pageant.
everything leading up to it, give me another sport where you
Yeah,
have
the training, the
the
regimentation,
preparation is
absolutely.
literally
Yeah, yeah.
24/7 until your game day.
it's
It
a
doesn't
So
stop.
what if I told you that the world's best checkers players or whatever do that, are that regimented, they train all
Done.
day with
It's a
it?
fucking
You
sport.
thought it was sport? Oh,
Fuck yeah, dude. If somebody got ready like that, yeah, it's like physical pain, mental dieting. Like it doesn't get much more of a sport than that, where like it's literally 24 fucking 7.
Marcel, what about the child beauty pageants that their mother controls their whole diet and can't let them eat anything, and they got to practice their
Did they lift weights?
twirling in the air of their batons?
they practice their little they practice their little like routines and
Okay.
shit. Yeah.
Okay, how about cheerleading? I think like tumbling and like the competitive cheerleading, I think that's a sport.
I think that's a sport.
Tumbling, yeah. Well, yeah, cheerleading too. They're being thrown in the air and shit.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah, yeah.
saying.
There's a
Yeah,
lot more to it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Competitions of it.
It
That's
depends because I went to my high school cheerleaders. No, I wouldn't call them athletes or
No, not
sporty.
that. I'm talking about like
They're just
the
doing this like,
competitive. Yeah, the competitive cheerleaders that like in college that they tumble and they do the competitions and flips, backflips, fucking pyramids and all that. Like
yes.
that's hard. Fuck yeah, dude. Like you guys work out, you guys train to do that. I think
Yeah.
that well,
No, I
what's
think we.
different? What's the definition of a sport? Let's
What
look
is
it
it?
up.
Look it up. Yeah.
that's chat.
But no, but I was gonna say I agree with you when you say that. Like what we do could be called like a sport because the training, the regimen, whatever. Like if whatever, but like the actual the competitions, the getting on stage, posing,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
pageant.
yeah.
We're not we can't do anything with it. Well, I mean we could, but there's no actual game going on, like in the especially because there is no like set criteria. It's all like still I
Well,
don't know.
check this out. Sport, a game, competition, or activity needing physical effort and skill that is displayed or done according to rules for enjoyment and or as a job. It's a sport.
Okay, yeah. I mean by that definition it is. Yeah.
Sport based on that definition. Yeah, absolutely.
Because posing, I think, yeah, YouTube, yeah, okay.
Yeah, Mark, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Fuck you, Mark.
Fucking hater.
This is another little bit more of a deep question. How has bodybuilding affected your personal life, from relationships to job opportunities? What would you say is the best way to keep balanced?
Well, let's put it that way, because I'm sure that like a lot of people's answers are super negative when it comes to that. Because
I
it
mean, we're all
does
gonna be
take,
so different too.
yeah, it all for all of us in general, it takes a lot out of your personal life, a lot of out of your I don't know, dating life, whatever the hell you want to call it, social life. For me, it's the total opposite. Like I was a fucking hermit. I was a fucking hermit inside my own fucking house, and then I met my wife because of what? Bodybuilding.
Mm.
If it wasn't for that, I'd still be fucking by myself in my four walls with my dog training. So,
Fuck, I'm fucked.
so, so for me, everything I have in some way, shape, or form has been connected to bodybuilding. It's brought me an income, it's brought me a family, it's brought me kids. So I have nothing negative to say. Other than can it get overwhelming for a lot of people, will it take time out of your family life? Will it take time outside of your profession? Yes, it's going to take a toll on it if you're doing it to 100% here. As far as bodybuilding, it's going to take a toll. The balance is when you're in prep, you're going to be selfish. You're going to do what you have to do. But then
Well, why don't you actually give it like from your perspective, and then we can do it from each of ours, how people can see how it's different. So what have you done?
so
Like with
from my perspective, like
you
when
talked
I'm
about the
prep,
wife thing and all that.
yeah,
Like,
when I'm in prep, like my wife is very good now. She knows that like second half of prep, just let the dude do his fucking thing. Um, before it used to be like, oh, like, are you not attracted to me? Or are you not interested in me? Or why are you grumpy? Why are you so quiet? Like, but after like 4 or 5 preps, she knows now. She knows that this is nothing against her. This is nothing against what she does. This is simply me
going through
being
it.
me and going through prep. And she knows that now. But I also do know that as soon as I'm done with prep, it's a complete 180.
Mhm.
I pay back my dividends. Like they gave me mine, I'm going to give them theirs. And that's kind of how we have to meet in the middle. I am blessed with the fact that she is very understanding of what I do and she will never take me away from it because I mentioned that I will. I've mentioned a few times where maybe it's better if I do stop, just so I can be better at being at home and being around the family. But she's the one that said no. So in that aspect, I am blessed. But yeah, for me, it's very much so like you gave me mine, I'm gonna give you yours. So I just pay back whatever I get,
Like
you
that.
know, and talk, like talking out, like telling her how I feel in prep sometimes is very like, hey babe, I'm just being honest with you. Like I don't even want to fucking be hugged right now. I don't want to be touched. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want to have any interaction today. And she'd be like, okay, that's fine. I get it. You know what I mean? I love you, but I don't, I literally can't handle an interaction right now. So that's just like it's experience with for her because she's been around it for so long. You know what I mean? But and at the beginning, yeah, it was a little rough. So just you gotta voice what you feel like and make sure you let them know that it's really not them. It's not what they're doing, it's what I'm doing.
What's the question? How to handle it or how bodybuilding affects
Like
relationship?
how affected your personal life from relationships to job opportunities, and what would you say is the best way to keep all of it balanced?
I think as far, well, I'll answer the job part first, I guess, and then the relationship one. For me, it had, well, actually, I used to work in an office and like bodybuilding's a very weird thing when you work at a normal desk job in an
Yeah.
office. Boy, oh boy, did I get ever so sick of the constant jokes and puns about food and, oh, I wish I had that much discipline and this, that. It's so freaking annoying. But
Yeah.
what it, bodybuilding teaches you a lot of things that if you actually learn how to apply to other aspects of your life, it can actually boost up other aspects of your life. I think I've learned a lot of lessons as far as discipline and like what you can do in bodybuilding that I applied to my career and was able to rapidly progress my career massively within 7 years or 8 years of graduating from school where I'm a position that arguably like usually for these positions in the industry I'm in, like it's mid 30-year-old, 40-year-olds in this position. And I'm like this, I became this position at 26, so it's just like,
Yeah.
uh, I think if you actually can apply the lessons you learn from bodybuilding and not think that you're not these top 5 bodybuilders in the world that are actually going to become something and just like take the lessons and actually apply it to career and
Yeah.
some really cool shit with whatever other profession career that you either enjoy or you're pursuing within school, you can do some awesome stuff there. And then it should not, honestly, it should not take away from bodybuilding because as long as you're structured and you have those lessons, like you can still do bodybuilding to the fullest and pursue the career. So that's the big thing on the career. I think is like a positive that's like it shouldn't take away. You should be able to learn from it and do better in whatever you're, at least personally, that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what, yeah. So I don't want to just keep rambling on, Luis.
You're good. Go the personal life one.
Yeah.
You just cover the job.
Well, with the personal one, so the question was,
How's it affected? How you been able to keep it balanced?
How has it affected it?
Yeah.
I think kind of to Marcel's point. Well, actually, I'll say this. I kind of was like you too, Marcel, and I guess you too, Luis, as far as like when I was single, I was very, I don't know if you guys are selfish, but I mean, I was definitely more selfish and very focused on myself, but I think that was a good thing.
Yeah.
I think that I focused on finding out who I was, developing myself, and really just focusing on improving. And I eventually, just I think I became a good person for my partner. I think it was harder to find. I think my standards of what I wanted also became much higher and much more specific, right? Because I was like, okay, I need someone who understands everything that I do and also supports me and hopefully did it at some point or does it. So when I'm going through it, I don't get questions in that. Well, there's a cat behind me. Uh, so I think that was like how it affected me. But then when you find that perfect person or that truly like gets it or supports you 100%, I think it only strengthens those relationships, right? I do think everything Marcel said was super important though, as far as like emotional intelligence and the ability to communicate are essential for you to actually have that relationship that works. And if you can't do that, frankly, you're not going to have a relationship that lasts because, yeah, I think that's critical for any relationship whatsoever, but it's even more important if you're going through phases where you're going to be selfish, or you're going to like, I want to isolate yourself, or you're going to be, quiet all night or just like suffering in hunger. Like if you're, yeah, I think that those two things are even more important to make those sustainable.
Well, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy to add to that, Mike, because like when speaking of that, like the ability to communicate, like is essential. Otherwise, you're not gonna have a relationship. Michelle was the first relationship that I've ever been in where I truly did not try to change anything about myself or try to finick anything to like please somebody else. If you ask her the very first date we went on, we sat down, we talked for 5 minutes, and I was like, hey, listen, okay, we're adults here. I like you, but I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste yours. So this is what I do. I do bodybuilding. I do drugs that have come with bodybuilding. So I laid everything out.
The first time, Jesus
First
Christ.
date, dude, because that you got to remember, like I took a ride on 2 people in a row. I got cheated on twice, so I was just like, to me, it's like I don't want to waste my energy on anybody. And I think the big reason why those didn't work is like I tried being not myself to please somebody else almost. So it was like this was the time where I was like, this is what I am.
I like that
What it is,
a
and
lot.
I can't tell you I'm gonna change.
Yeah, no, and I'll go off of a little bit of both of what you've said. For me, I'm obviously in a different situation than both of you. Obviously, I'm single. I've last couple months I haven't been dating, but the last time I did try back in February, January, I caught myself getting myself in situations what you guys are completely saying. It's hard. You got to find someone that understands lifestyle, understands, because it's not even about that we're selfish. It's just such a time. I mean, it is too, but such a time consuming thing as well with your meals. If you work out 9 to 5 and you still got to train and you still gotta prepare for the next day, it kind of adds up. And that's where like the normal people that haven't been around stuff like that, or at least somewhat familiar, they kind of look at it as like, oh, this person is just selfish, they don't care. They and like you're saying as well, if you don't communicate that and let them know, and either by doing it right up front or doing it as you continue dating them, getting them, make sure they know the exposure, because that was something I messed up on, if I'm being honest, in my previous previous relationship. Was I just would shut off. I would just do my own thing. I would, like he's saying, suffer in my own hunger and my own fucking anger and shit, just because I was too immature to like learn how to express myself. And it was just, it built up and it became a stress for me. It became anxiety for me. It became something that held me back. And but overall, I've learned from all that, I guess. And like Mike's saying, you apply the stuff that you learn from bodybuilding, into your real life, into your jobs, into opportunities that you did get. And for me, that has made me better. Luckily, my job has always been around, or my career has been around fitness. So looking a certain way and doing all that has helped. It's given me confidence that I never probably would have had either. That's a fact. So yeah, my overall bodybuilding, I think you just got to find that perfect or a good person, learn how to communicate and structure yourself well enough that, like Marcel was saying, you can give back at times and moments to your other partner.
Yeah. It's funny. I had a question that actually kind of connected to that I remembered about. And I remember I didn't mention it last time because I was like, I don't feel like fucking getting into this. So the question was, how does your family and significant others handle the fact that
Hey, the dog
what's
show.
up? Hi.
This is one of three.
One of three.
Is a boy or girl?
A girl. She's the old one.
Hi, baby.
She's 10 years old, you said?
Yeah, she's about 10.
Oh, she's adorable.
She's a little sweetie pie, you can tell.
Oh, she's adorable. So the question is, how does your family and significant others handle the fact that you use PEDs?
Is family or significant other, is that the question?
Family and significant others handle the fact that you use PEDs.
Significant other competes and knows what goes into competing. So it was never even a conversation that I had to say, like Marcel in the beginning. It was known.
Yeah.
So that is that. And family, I think live in denial that I do, even though I've said directly, I do this and I do my blood work and I make sure that I'm healthy and I'm intelligent about it. I'm not just ignorant.
Yeah.
But I still think they
stereotypes to it.
Yeah. I think live in denial that it is like the truth of what I do.
Yeah.
They don't know any of the details, right? They know Barry Bonds took steroids and got dethroned as home run, champion. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of stuff that they know. Yeah, and those are honestly only like some of my close family. Most of my other family wouldn't know.
Yeah. What about you, Luis?
I mean, I don't have a significant other, but in the past, it was definitely something that I would tell up front if they weren't like, maybe not the first time around, but I made sure something that was brought up within like a couple dates when they're not aware of it. But I've also dated girls, like Mike said, that were in it, so it didn't have to be talked about. And when it comes to my family, I actually told my mom when I did my first cycle, I like told her immediately. My mom's like very, very like, I'll explain it, dude. Like she's very like not knowledgeable, but she's very aware of like everything. She like on Mike was talking about steroids, she knows it at a way deeper level, and it's not that she's like looked into it, but she'll sometimes watch stuff that I'm watching, like podcasts. She'll see things I post and she'll ask me, what does that mean? And kind of same thing with me. She knows I'm doing my precautions, I'm taking blood work, I'm doing what I can do to try to stay on the healthier side. And
we're at a point where like my mom asks me advice on peptides and shit all the time too. So like that's kind of where we've gotten to.
My mom just got an HRT.
Blue Tide, huh?
Yeah, that too.
Blue Tide. Some Blue Tide would have helped me.
So significant other, like I've been in a relationship where I had to be hidden, and it was the worst fucking thing I've ever done in my life. It was fucking terrible. So now when I hear people like, oh, I have to hide this from my significant other, my first advice to them is like, don't. Like have that conversation because that'll backfire really quick on you. And on top of that, like what we do is already stressful, and adding the stress of having to hide it everywhere and fucking,
and the last thing you want is an ex that didn't want you on it and then throwing you under the bus about it.
Yeah. So for me, significant others has always been like shit, she helps me. Let's just put it that way. You know what I mean? She helps me with it. She understands it. She knows that take it seriously, where I do take any precaution I can. But she also does know that it can and it will shorten my life. But I mean, that's a choice that we made together when we started our life together, and that's just the way it goes. Do I take every precaution? Yes, I do. Do I know the side effects that can happen? Yes, I do. But that's just something that we know it's out there and we just live with it. It's kind of like
Real quick to cap this off, just to sorry, you
you're
froze
good.
there
Go
a little
ahead.
bit. Also, just to cap it off, do you either one of you feel that with what we're doing currently, that there's no way, say like in our 40s and 50s, if you kind of pull a Dorian Yates and just like live a completely opposite lifestyle and try to like almost turn back of like the damage we've done? And there is no obviously reversing it, but like just trying to then like, you know, obviously going from eating 6 meals to eating once or fasting and like
Oh,
doing this and that, you know, like
I'm going to
like you
fucking
think,
Tijuana and I'm getting intravenous stem cells. No, I'm serious. That
I
shit
mean, that's it.
reverses your aging. It
That's it.
revitalizes your organs. I'm like, once I'm done doing all the damage that I do, I'm gonna go
Everywhere.
try and go fix at least a little bit of it.
Hopefully
So
you're comfortable at that
legit, that's my plan. Like that's what I'm gonna do. Obviously, it's not gonna bring back everything that we have done,
Yeah,
but
no.
can it help? Maybe. We'll see. I'll try it. I think it's money worth spent. I've spent money on worse shit than some fucking stem cells before. So that's my plan. As far as like parents and stuff like that, like other family members, there is already so much shit on the like on fucking online of me talking about this shit that I think they'd just be plain stupid if they didn't think I do this stuff. Um, but I don't think we've ever had like a black and white conversation of what do you do? They just know I do. And then that's all it is. Yeah, I think one of the biggest reliefs in somebody's life as a bodybuilder can be just like, okay, yeah, there it is, fucking take it or leave it. You know, it's out there, fuck it. You know what I mean? What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's just better that way, in my opinion. For people to know and be honest about it, I think it's so much better that way. Because the last thing you want to do is one, get somebody's hopes up about what they can achieve, what they can't achieve. And that's how I try to be with my clients when they ask me, oh, I want to look like this or look like that. Yeah, well, buddy, that's not going to happen being natural. I'm sorry to break that to you. Or, sorry, ma'am,
Most
you're
likely you
not going to
still have
look like a
genetics for
fucking
that.
wellness Miss Olympia because, you know, on just eating fucking chicken and rice. It's not going to happen. You have to sprinkle some Anavar and other stuff on top of that. So yeah, just be honest. It's better that way, and just I mean, if they love you, they'll understand. You know, they'll be concerned, but they'll understand.
Yep,
Any other questions you guys got?
good one to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can wrap it up there. We're about an hour and a half almost, so it's a
Really?
good lengthy episode. Then we jumped around 7:20, 7:30.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Tell me
it's a good
that's not
time
the
right
best
there.
picture. Tell me that's not the best picture ever. Oh, will it focus?
It is a really,
Ah.
If I can see it.
it was a very,
Oh yeah, no, I saw your post story. That's the most precious thing ever. Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
fucking greatest
Yeah,
picture ever.
yeah. That was. Not gonna lie, it makes me want to have kids.
Oh, go look at our group chat. Hold on. I'm gonna send you guys a.
the blooper reel.
There you go. Good. Look at this homie. Oh man.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, what did they name that part? The baby from that movie, was
It's
it
the
Carlos?
Hangover Baby.
Hangover,
Everybody,
Carlos,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Everybody says the Hangover Baby now. I made a little
Shit.
sticker on the iPhone, so like, you know, like every time somebody says something, I just have his head with the sunglasses on, like. I don't know. Anyway, that was my fucking dad joke for the day.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
go ahead and wrap it up, Luis.
Yeah. All right. Anyone that's kept up to this far, please go ahead and do us a favor, like, comment, subscribe. I actually had a couple people I forgot I'm thinking about right now that messaged me, but they're competing and stuff. So we'll talk about that in the next one. We'll squeeze them some more time. My fault to
For
those
Dennis
gentlemen
James and
if they're
shit?
watching. I think one's doing the AZ and one's doing Dennis. Or not AZ, I'm sorry, the Wings of Strength. No, sorry. Wings of
Eric,
Strength.
for the feedback, if we're doing reviews of people competing in local shows, because we'll be too nice. We need Derek in here to add a little spice. So
Yeah, no, true.
Derek
We'll
is gonna
blend it
say
over
he's
there.
gonna shit on everybody. I'm gonna stomp his ass on stage.
all right, guys.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night, fellas. Have a good night, everybody.
Night.
Let's
See ya.
Peace.